Okay. Hi, Sid. It's Thatcher calling. I don't know if you remember me. Why would I say that? Let's just assume you remember me and therefore you will continue watching this video message. It has been a while. Relatively. I haven't changed that much since we last talked. I'm easily recognizable. Not that you aren't. Or maybe you have changed, I don't know. I guess I shouldn't assume. Because when you assume, somebody's daughter ends up in a donkey show. Fine, let's presume that I should introduce myself to you again. Hi, I'm Thatcher. I grew up in the 90s. I don't like long walks on the beach because when I get home, I find sand in uncomfortable places. I'm talking about my butt. How about I tell you about the first time we met? At that dinner party Mary had at her house way back when. She'd been telling me about you for weeks, insisting that I had to meet her friend Sid because we had so much in common, that we were soulmates, totally MFEO, and that we even kind of looked alike. In my experience, that description usually means I have two black friends, including you, and I want you to meet the other one. Which was the case, even though Mary's black too. So I wasn't expecting much from the impending meetup. I showed up at Mary's estate, pretending not to be intimidated, which I was, because the place was straight out of Architectural Digest. And all of Mary's friends are super successful, well-connected, innovative genius types. Anyhoodle, I felt a different kind of anxiety when I walked up to the door and she greeted me with a bear hug. That woman has major upper arm strength. I can barely do a set of push-ups with my knees on the ground. But Mary was squeezing me so hard, I felt my pancreas complete a merger and acquisition with my spleen. She asked if I wanted a tour, but before I could say yes, she nudged me toward the kitchen and shouted, "Ta-da!" We were staring at an empty room. After Mary realized that in between answering the door and returning to the kitchen, you might have wandered off, she yelled, "Sid!" And you sneaked up behind us and yelled, "What?" And once Mary recovered from the shock, she introduced us. I shook your hand, and my life changed forever. I didn't know it at first. I met tons of people. Some I clicked with, some I didn't. There are also people I thought I clicked with, but clearly I was incorrect. I couldn't tell which way you and I were going until the formal dinner portion of the party was over. Mary and all the other guests had moved to the den, leaving you and me sitting at the dinner table, locked in a debate on whether higher education was more realistically portrayed in A Different World or in Saved by the Bell the college years. I was having so much fun. I didn't even want to get up to take a tinkle because what if Mary was right and you were my soulmate and I let you escape because I was overhydrated and I couldn't control my bladder? So I said, "Bathroom, don't move." But you did move because you had been holding it too. So we took turns doing our business, and then we kept talking till long after midnight. And I was terrified. I didn't want this to end because you seemed like the coolest person ever. But I didn't know if you felt the same connection, and I didn't want to be a crazy stalker, and Mary was falling asleep, and people were starting to leave, so I had to do something. Whew. We were lingering in the doorway, making sure we had our keys. I reached in my pocket and I handed you my card and said, all calm, cool, and collected, We should have lunch sometime. No biggie. Then you handed me your card and said, how about Saturday? Now, on the inside, I was screaming, yes, yes, yes! But on the outside, I was easy breezy. Sure, sounds good. We met up at this place you swore served the best vegan food, and I told you nothing made from chickpeas will ever taste like beef, and you told me I reminded you of your mother, which I did not take well, even though you insisted it was a compliment. Our lunch rolled into dessert, and then coffee, and then dinner, and then back to your place for more dessert, and then that night, I found something I didn't realize I had been searching for, and that I needed so badly. Now I'm scared I've lost you forever, and I know we can't go back. We can only move forward, but I miss. Okay, well, this has been fun. I'll talk to you later. I love. I mean, bye, Sid.